Hey, it's me, Kelly, the Take Action Mom from TakeActionMom.com, and today we're continuing on with our 21 days to shift your money mindset. And today our topic is attitude. If you have a bad attitude, if you have a negative attitude, maybe you don't even notice it about yourself. I know that sometimes I can be a little on the negative, pessimistic side, but I try really hard to keep myself upbeat and positive and try to be optimistic about things. Like right now, you know that I've talked about this in the previous days, where we've been told that we have to move out of our house by the end of July, which is about 4 months away from now. And we love this house. We really don't want to move. But I'm trying to look at it with a more optimistic mindset and think about it's going to be good for us. Maybe we can even buy a house, so it'll make things better for us. But that's kind of the key here, is when something's got you down, you want to have a better attitude about it, because you want to try to improve your attitude about it, become more optimistic, a little more cheerful about things, instead of letting things get you down, because negativity breeds negativity. And if you're trying to change your money mindset, if you're trying to improve your finances, but you've got a negative attitude, you're only going to breed more negativity. And you're not going to be able to get the positive things that you want out of life. So I was thinking, what are some things that you can do if you're feeling negative that you can try to change that around? One of the things is to stop focusing on yourself. If you have some flaws, it can be easy to look at, like for instance, being overweight. If you focus on the fact that you're overweight, it's just going to bring you down. You're not going to feel good about yourself if you're constantly focused on some perceived flaw that you might have. Another way that you can change your pessimism or your depression to something more optimistic is to look on the bright side of situations. Now, I talked about this the other day when we were talking about gratitude, and how usually I get annoyed when my husband takes a long time doing a chore in the house. But instead of letting that bother me, I decided to look on the bright side and be thankful, be grateful that I have a husband that actually helps me out. So I kind of turned that around. Instead of looking at the bad side, I looked on the bright side of it. Count your blessings. This goes to gratitude also. Every day you should be getting up and being thankful for the things that you've got. Like we said the other day, even if you've only got $5, be thankful that you've got $5, because things could be worse, right? So always try to look on the bright side of it and count your blessings. This is super important. Look for friends who are optimistic. Hang out with people who are upbeat. If all your friends are Debbie Downers, it's just going to drag you down with them. You need to, if that's the kind of friends you have, maybe you need to think about finding some new friends. Negative, pessimistic people do not enrich your life, no matter how long they might have been your friends. Some other things, when you find yourself in a situation that's getting you down, maybe there are some questions you can ask yourself, like, is there anything I can do about this situation right now that will change the way I feel? Like, for instance, I had some dental surgery this morning. It's actually not hurting too much, but one of the things I do, they have little TVs in the dentist office. I asked them if they could put it on a music channel. Because I'm listening to music, I can kind of not pay attention to what's going on. So even though I was in the dentist and not really thrilled with it, put a little music on, and it kind of just changed the situation for me a little bit. If you're going through some kind of a bad patch in your life, if there's a problem that you're going through, try to look at it, objectively. Try to look at it objectively and see if there's a lesson or something else that you can take away from it. Even though I'm getting a traffic ticket, for instance, it may it kind of sucks. It's a bad thing to have to go through. It's a pain. But if you look at it, try to say, hey, is there a lesson I can get from this? And of course there is. Don't break the law. Be careful. Be careful when you're going through that patch on I-95, not to go so fast. In most situations that causes trouble, there are things we can learn from them. Always look at something. How can I make it better? How can I improve this situation? And another thing, if there's a person who tends to bring you down, sometimes you can't get away from them. But something that can help you is to look at that person and think, what's their story? You know, what have they gone through that's made them this way? If there's something about them that bothers you. I would say, without going too much in detail, my husband's ex-wife drives me crazy. But I try to look at her, and I try to look at the situation she's gone through, where she was abandoned by her mother when she was young. She was sent to live with family, with, you know, an aunt and an uncle who treated her more like a housekeeper, you know, like a maid, than they treated her like a niece. I can get where the things that I don't like about her, I can understand where they come from, and it makes it easier to deal with. Still put up with it as little as I can, as little of it as I have to, but knowing where she came from and why she does the things she does makes it easier for me to deal with and get over with in my life, instead of fretting and letting it bring me down. So those are some tips for helping you change your attitude. Remember, changing your attitude, have an attitude of gratitude, is going to help you reach your financial goals, because positive attitudes bring positive results. Negativity breeds negativity. So you want to try to stay positive about everything that you do. So that's it for today. I'm Kelly, the Take Action Mom from TakeActionMom.com. And if you want to learn more about how I'm creating changes in my financial life, click underneath this video on the link. It'll take you to the Prosperity Team, where you can learn all about what I'm doing. So until next time, take care.